Welcome to Townsend 505, or welcome back for your lovely viewer. Today, me and Scott from Sound Lab Studios, Bryer from Bryer's Music Showcase, or in today's case, Christine McVie's Music Showcase, and me myself. We're gonna be reviewing their eighth studio album from Fleetwood Mac. That's gonna be Mystery to Me. Uh, Anything you like to say or add before getting into this? Of course, after Breyer's music lesson showcase.
Um, yeah, so I'll give some quick backstory and then I'll go into my thoughts, brief thoughts. So of course, not much has changed because the last album was 73. This is also came out in 73, so couple months, kind of bringing them up. Other than that, they kind of recorded kind of in a similar fashion. Recorded mainly in the Rolling Stones mobile studio again, and for the most part, the recording was pretty pleasant. They felt like they felt everything was a bit more relaxed, not quite as stressful. Of course, Dave Walker's no longer in the band because kind of like we kind of touched upon it last episode, but the band just didn't think he really fit. So they decided to leave him. So now it's back to a 5 piece. Um, and this is also the last album to have Bob Weston in the lineup. There's a reason for that, but we'll save that for next episode. But this will be the last episode. This is not the last. This is the last album to feature two guitarists on an album. Um, won't it actually won't take it won't be for a long time before they would have an album with two guitarists.
You're breaking up. Uh, do 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 do. See, Bob Weston was so powerful. He heard him and he was like, "Down with you." I feel like while he's going away, my opinions on the next album, Heroes Are Hard to Find. I don't think it's as I don't think it's as good as the album that I'm going to be referencing, but it's basically the Bob Welch era equivalent of Rumors, because there's a lot going on, and that none of the music reflected on it, but like there was like so much chaos going on, kind of like what
Yeah.
was going on with Rumors. I don't think it's as good as Rumors because I feel like the stress of all of it kind of like weighed down on Christine McVie and Bob Welch, but that's what I say. I call it the Bob Welch rumors.
Yeah. Emerald Eyes is a mystery. There we go. There we go. There we go. You're back.
I guess Dave Walker was trying to get revenge for what I said to him last episode.
I was joking with Scott saying that Bob Weston heard that you might have been talking bad about him, and he's like, "Down with you."
I guess Dave and Bob are after me now.
Yep.
And Jeremy and all the other people we said terrible things about.
Yeah, for some reason they all have something against me.
Not me.
Yeah. Anyway, where did I cut off with?
Last thing I heard was it's going to be a while before they have two guitar players again.
Oh yeah. So it won't take until Behind the Mask before they have two guitar players, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So
at least me and Bryer are gonna be talking about that album. That's gonna be an interesting talk.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. But on that's pretty much most of the backstory. In terms of the reception, pretty good, pretty decent. Didn't quite get as high as Penguin. This got to 67 in the US. Again, didn't chart in the UK, but got certified gold in 76. So there you go. And I feel like there's one thing we should really talk about with this album, and just the album cover to it. I don't know. It's I don't know if I love it or do I hate it because it's both so bizarre because it definitely fits the title. I think being it's a mystery on what it actually is supposed to mean.
The mystery to me how they chose that album cover.
Yeah,
So
now
the
I
last
know.
album, their mascot is the penguin. Not too late to change your mascot.
Well, he's there a little bit in the back.
Oh, there's the penguin. He's on the back.
Yeah, except he's outshined by this weird old guy.
Yeah. What's up with that?
No, the internet is breaking apart again.
In those eyes is a mystery.
I don't know if you saw it, but like when his screen froze, it was just him. Like it was just like basically the CD was like, and then
The Beach Boys Christmas album.
Oh yeah, I
own. Ready for that?
What's that? This album, I have a lot of Beach Boy albums on CD.
Give everybody in the ocean across the USA.
Oh yeah, me and Jacob, we're gonna be doing a discog dive on Beach Boys after the Rolling Stones.
It's gonna be a while though. Oh, but that should be right about the summertime.
Yes. I'm excited to go through the Beach Boys catalog again.
Yes, other than certain albums.
Well, to be honest, I'm actually excited to go through those because I like dashing out.
And I said I would never listen to some of those albums again, and
here you are, listening to those albums again.
Because I want to do the Beach Boys discography as well.
Just look at it this way, look at how fun we had bashing Mr. Wonderful.
Yes.
Let's take an actually really bad album like Summer in Paradise. Like Summer in Paradise is a lot worse than Mr. Wonderful.
Yes.
That's gonna be even more fun to bash.
It is, especially they have Under the Boardwalk on that one too.
Jacob's gonna be like, is it too late to listen to the Stones version?
Yeah. Under the boardwalk.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Actually, there's some of their bad albums I actually think aren't that bad. Like, don't get me wrong, it's kind of like with Rush and their later albums. Like I won't listen to them knowing that they have so many better albums. But
I mean, the Light album has a few good songs on it.
I actually like the Light album, especially that one song that I know you guys openly hate, and that's the 10-minute version of
Here Comes the Night. They didn't even re-record the vocals. They just used the same vocals from the original version and just recorded the disco stuff over it.
That's what I like about it. It's so interesting. It's a guilty pleasure, if you ask me.
Here comes the night.
I had my diva moment.
Had to switch cameras.
I'm using my phone now, so hopefully this is better.
You need a young Gus, and now we're making American Dream. What else were you gonna say?
I was just talking about how the old guy was outshining the penguin.
That old guy is so weird.
Even the penguin's like, hey, I'm here too, right?
He's like, what happened to me being the mascot?
Yeah,
it's a symbol, okay? Because the penguin. This is what the mystery means. The penguin is John McVie because that penguin was John McVie on Future Games, and he's in the background, and therefore Mick Fleetwood is as well. And then big on the front is this new guy with a bunch of cake smeared in his face. That's Bob Welsh. And the monk on the back is
Christine McVie.
Oh man. Don't do my girl like that.
Christine McVie's an old guy.
Give me the cake.
No, Christopher McVie is the cake and pop. No, oh no.
Mick Fleetwood's the old guy.
Mick Fleetwood.
Well, they would. I mean, those two go hand in hand, especially later.
Mick Fleetwood is the mammoth, and Christine McVie is the cake.
You kind of see more. I don't know why. I see more Mick Fleetwood as the old man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh my
And he's
God.
upset because the mammoth took the cake.
Yeah.
Bob Welch is taking Christine McVie. It's like you're coming with me.
There you go. I like that. That's a good narrative.
Bob Welch is eating off of Christine McVie, and in the back, John McVie's like, "What the heck is Mick Fleetwood doing?"
Yeah.
Okay, album cover. It's funny. It's funny. We started talking about the album covers too with the Black Sabbath albums. We should do that more. We should talk about the album cover.
Yeah, what
more.
was that? A robot taking an oil?
You know,
know.
robots. Two robots just getting along really nicely.
Oh,
You don't want to know.
boy.
Actually, you know what's crazy? I think you'll like that album, Scott, because there's no evil in it, and it's like their most like Led Zeppelin-y album.
Yeah,
I feel like you'll like that
the first
album.
song sounds more like Heart.
Interesting. Is
Yeah, I
Ozzy
feel like
still on the band, or is it a new guy?
It's still Ozzy Osbourne, but like,
Really?
but yeah, it's like their least evil album up until then. There's like no evil in it at all. Actually, I feel like
Yeah, they kind of drop it at that point.
Despite the album cover of Born Again, you actually will like that album because it's like
well, it's got the lead singer of Deep Purple on it.
not that, but like there's like zero evilness to it. Like if you want an album with like no evil to it, listen to Born Again.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't look at the album cover.
Yeah,
that thing is freaky.
But Black Sabbath talk over. Let's get into the album discussion. It took us 12 minutes to get into the album discussion. This could be a long episode. First track on the album is Emerald Eyes.
Oh, what a great way to open the album. So I talked before about Bob Welch and Christine McVie need to have more songs on the albums, and this album delivered. So many great Bob Welch songs on this album. It's gonna be very difficult picking a top 5 songs for this album, but this is amazing. I love the chorus. I love the guitar playing. I love the chill feel of it. This is one of my favorite Fleetwood Mac songs up to this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, terrific opening track. Again, I love the absolute atmosphere of it. The chorus is really good, very, very memorable. And it just has this very steady beat throughout the whole track, which kind of just lures you in. It kind of just hooks you throughout the whole song. You're just vibing at that point. Some great guitar playing. Even the organ towards the very end was very nice. And it blends really well into the next track. So yeah, really good song. Starting off really good here.
Yeah, this is so far in the Bob Welch era, they're 4 for 4 with their album openers. All really good. This is definitely if you ask me, this is definitely the best opening track that they've done in general. This is like their best opening track, even comparing to their previous 7 albums, like even including Then Play On. This song's really good. This is kind of the title track because he says
the title.
He says this title of the album a couple of times, and as Scott would say, this is the soft title track, which means it's not the title track, but like they say the album name in the song. And
I know there's other albums like that. I just can't think of very many at the moment.
Well, for me, the other 2 I can think of right now would be Down on the Corner by CCR with Willie and the Poor Boys being in the song, and Hot Space with the song called Dancer, him saying Hot Space in the song. Those are the only 2 I can think of right now, but there's definitely more.
Oh, I thought of another one, but it's a stupid example.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were going to talk about Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, yeah, that's one, but there's a people are going to hate me for saying that. I haven't listened to this whole album, but I know the song We Built This City by Jefferson Starship. The album is called Knee Deep in the Hoopla, and that comes from that song.
Ugh.
I knew somebody was gonna hate me for saying that.
I'm not gonna say they were a sellout band, but they're the closest thing to sounding like one. Because they started off as Jefferson Airplane, then they became Jefferson Starship, and then they just became Starship, and it's just they went through so many changes.
What's another one? I know there's another one.
We built this city.
I'm trying to think of one more example.
Remember in the Beatles, Abbey Road, when they said Abbey Road? I'm just kidding. No. Remember in Black Sabbath's Paranoid when he said paranoid a billion times?
Remember that great song Rubber Soul by the Beatles?
Oh yeah, I love Rubber Soul. That song's amazing.
My favorite part of the Rolling Stones now was when Mick Jagger said, "We're the Rolling Stones now." And they rolled and stoned all over the place.
Or like Aftermath when Mick Jagger just screams, Aftermath! Or like when Boston's like, we're Boston. This is the title track to our career. Well, if you could remember it, we will. But my thoughts on Emerald Eyes. I think the song's really freaking good. Like I just said, I love it so much.
Oh, the album that Bryer has behind him. In Sound Chaser, I know they say something about relaying. So,
next song on the album is "Believe Me."
So Emerald Eyes.
Oh yeah, there. Sorry.
Emerald Eyes fades out, and Believe Me fades in. It starts out with a really cool Christine McVie piano intro, and then kind of gets upbeat. Another really great song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just another really good one from Christine, of course. Definitely do like this kind of that slow beginning until she says, "You got to believe," and then just goes right into just this really good pop rock song. It's just very upbeat. Bass playing's really good, and the backing vocals also by Christine is really good as well. Even like the sec near the end where there's a nice little guitar solo and there's a bit more echo on the drums, which is very cool. But yeah, very good song.
I think the song's also really good. I wouldn't say it's one of my. I don't think it's in my top 5, but I think this is a really good song. I gotta say this. This is like where Christine McVie really gets her sound when she would join when Lindsay and Nick's go into the band and they start making more poppier songs. I think this is like her way of saying like, yeah, I'm sort of ready for that, and I think it works really well. And it just shows Christine grow even more as an artist, which is really good. Well, there's one particular song by her that really shows growth in her, and we'll talk about that song.
Yes, very soon.
Next song on the album, "Just Crazy Love."
I love this song. This and another Christine McVie song on here are some of my favorites on the album. I just really like the melody of this song, and like Nick was saying with the last song, you can kind of see, once you listen to Rumors, you can kind of see Christine McVie's transition into like where she's heading, and she's definitely getting even better as a songwriter here.
Yeah, I agree. Another highlight for me. Yep, definitely like the more pop oriented sound here. Again, going to where she's you just hear the transition she's going in. Piano's great, some nice guitar textures on this track. The bass and the drums are just really tight on here, and the chorus is really good. Yeah, just another really great song from Christine, of course.
Yes, this is another amazing track by Christine McVie. Just adding to the counter of many songs already that she's sung in Fleetwood Mac already. Why she's definitely the top 2 of Fleetwood Mac. She's just incredible. So far she hasn't missed. She went up to bat, and every time she swung, she has hit. So congrats to her. Next song on the album is a song called Hypnotized.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
This song is amazing. This was kind of Fleetwood Mac's first really big hit. Oh, it's kind of minor compared to some of the success they get with Rumors, but like up to this point, this is one of their biggest hits, and I can definitely see why. I love the vibe of this album. I like the background vocals too, and the chorus when they go, "We got me hypnotized." And Bob Welsh just has such a great feel for music. Like just he has a vibe to his songs, and this one is one of his best songs in my opinion. This and Future Games, Emerald Eyes, like top tier Bob Welsh, Fleetwood Mac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Bob Welch song, because this is one I didn't mention it before, but this and Bare Trees are the other Bob Welch albums I've heard the most because I've had them for longer. And yeah, I've always enjoyed Hypnotized. It's just this very hypnotic feel to it, especially with the drums. And Bob's really playing with his jazz influence again, which has always been a nice highlight. It's again, the backing vocals, like Scott mentioned, is really good, and some nice slide guitar playing from Weston, which is very cool. Funny enough, this was the B-side for another's track.
What?
I know it was the B-side to For Your Love.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's kind of
B-side's better.
Yeah.
Nick and Jacob and I have been talking about on the Rolling Stones series that a lot of the times we like the B-side better than the A-side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Stones just happen to be better at making B-sides than A-sides.
They're like they just picked the wrong song. Just do it the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only exception to them doing that is probably Satisfaction, because I think both sides are amazing. I think both Satisfaction and Under System Promotion Man are both incredible songs. So I feel like they did right on that single.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bottom line, wonderful track. One of my favorites on this album.
I think the song's freaking amazing. It's just so addictive listening to the Bob Welch songs. And I want to say Christine McVie is my favorite. She's definitely my second favorite at least. But every time I listen to Welch's songs, I always get filled with so much joy and it's just like so much. Bob Welch just sets the mood really well.
Yes.
Like, he's a good mood setter. And it would have been so cool to have him like his songs like sort of like combat with the more upbeat songs that Nick's and Buckingham has. Like, you have like of course Rumors doesn't have upbeat songs, like the songs aren't upbeat themselves, the lyrics and all that, but the songs are a lot more upbeat sounding, like Dreams and Secondhand News. But like it would have been cool to have like Bob Welch would have like have like a song or two on Rumors to like just like sort of like set the mood a little. I mean, McVie does that perfectly with like Songbird, but I feel like Bob Welch would have did it really good as well if he would have had a song or two or three on Rumors. But that's my rant for today on that. But yeah, the song's incredible. Next song on the album, Forever.
This one wasn't one of my favorites. For a long time, this has always been my least favorite song on the album. It's got some moments, the bass line's pretty good. The big issue, I'm not really feeling the choruses. Not the choruses. I don't feel the verses too much. The chorus is fine. I like the chorus is pretty nice, but it's kind of a mixed bag type of song. It's a bit weird, and I don't know. There's some kind of. It sounds like it's some kind of drum thing in the beginning. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it's not one of my favorites.
It's weird because I actually like this song. It makes me feel happy.
Okay.
That's kind of the vibe of this song is just like don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Just like be happy and let the good like the happiness go on forever. I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorite songs on the album, but I like it.
I'm with Scott on this. I think this is a really good song. It's not one of it's not like in my like top 5 or anything. Actually, it just barely did go into my top 5, but just very barely because you'll know why in this. You'll know why at the end, but
You'll know why at the end.
not that why. Yeah, this I actually really like this. Now that I'm remembering now, I listened to this album yesterday and I made the top 5, and I remember now why it's in my top 5. But this just it just barely made it to my top 5 though. Side one closes out with "Keep Going On."
This song is amazing. It's weird because this is the only song written by Bob Welch, but sung by Christine McVie. But it's amazing. I love the kind of almost proto disco feel of this song. I love the string section on it, and it's very groovy. Some very good drumming here from Mr. Fleetwood Mac. Just because I had the name there, Mick Fleetwood. Great drumming here from him.
Yeah, I agree. One of my favorites as well. Yeah, some great strings on this track. Bass and the drums just really great as well. Funny enough, fun fact, it was actually Bob on bass on this track. So Bob
Really?
Welch is playing bass. Yeah, it's great. And I also really like the end. Towards the end, it kind of switches where the acoustic guitar comes in. Kind of a nice switch up. But yeah, another highlight for me.
I think this song's freaking amazing. I agree. I mean, the problem with making a top 5 on this album is that like all 12 of these songs are freaking amazing that it's hard. It's kind of hard to just pick 5. Like with like their first two albums, it was hard making a top 5 because I wasn't crazy about all the songs. But it's like a complete opposite of why it's hard to make a top 5 for this album because there's like so many great songs to choose from. Yeah, that's a really good song. Side 2 opens up with "The City."
All right, so The City, yeah, it's pretty good song. Definitely more rock sounding on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, has more. The guitar work is very good, and there's some nice piano as well underneath. If you listen carefully, I didn't have a whole lot to say about it, but it's a really good rock song from Bob. Yeah, really good, I think.
Yeah, I really like the groove of this song. This one has a good jam.
if I was at put at gunpoint total say my least favorite song, it'd probably be this one. But I still think this song is still amazing though in its own rights. But sadly, I had to pick one. This is my least favorite, but it's no dishonorable song by any means. Next track on the album, "Miles Away."
All right, Miles Away. Okay, another Welch song back to back. Really like the guitar riff to this one, and even some more great bass playing. I'm pretty sure this is John on bass again, but yeah, and I really love Christine's backing vocals on the track as well. And you can hear Mick was having a lot of fun on the drums on this one, like he always does. But yeah, another good rock song.
I feel like on the we're getting more rock sounds from Bob Welch with the last song and this one, except I like this song better. This one's kind of more upbeat and but it's good to hear that because Bob Welch usually is kind of the slower, more moody songs, so it's fun to hear him do a more up tempo song.
Just more proof that Bob Welch could have been perfect with the Lindsey Buckingham / Nick's era Fleetwood Mac. The potential, it's whatever. I mean, him leaving the band was the big reason why they're even in the band. So it's for the best, I guess, that he left. I think this song's really good, though. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, but I think it's really good. Mm-hmm. Next track on the album, "Somebody."
All right, third Bob Welch song in a row. So yeah, Another pretty solid one, I think. Guitar was good. Again, um, the chorus where they're saying somebody was kind of catchy. I like that. Um, bass was good. Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot to say about it. I think of the Bob Welch songs is probably my least favorite, but it's still enjoyable. Still a pretty good song. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah, this is also really good. Another kind of more rocking song, but this one's a bit slower. Bow down down. But I feel like I like a lot of the songs on the A side better than the B side, but there's still some good stuff on the second side, especially the last song.
I think this song's really good, but again, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's because I feel like right now I'm a little more. It's gonna be a little more repetitive with me with these reviews because it's just me enjoying the whole thing, and I just I think this song's really good, but yeah, that's about it. Next song on the album, "The Way I Feel."
Right. There's not a whole lot to say about this one. It's another Christine song, which again I still love. Um, it's mainly just acoustic guitar and piano. And it sounds very pretty. Again, not a whole lot to say about it, but it's nice. It's pleasant.
Yeah, another really good Christine McVie song. Now, there is a better one on this side, but we're going to get to that very shortly.
Why is
Yeah, I
that,
agree.
Scott?
I agree. There is a better Christine McVie song on this side, and we'll get to that shortly. I think this is pretty good, but probably my least favorite of the Christine McVie songs. Next song on the album is a Yardbirds cover, "For Your Love."
Right. Yeah, like you said, Yardbirds cover. It's been a while since I've heard the Yardbirds version, so probably should have listened to that before this, but I think they do a pretty good job from what I remember. You have Welch on lead vocals. I like the harmonics on in the intro. Some good percussion, some nice keyboards and drumming, and yeah, overall, I think it was a solid cover.
Hmm. Um, I think it's an alright song. Um, I don't know. I feel like the A side. Now that I'm thinking about all these songs, I feel like the A side is a lot stronger than the second side of this album. I mean, it's I don't know. I saw that this song that Bob Welsh wrote another original song for this album, and that they ended up pulling it in favor of this Yardbirds cover. I'm kind of interested into what that Bob Welsh original song sounds like.
I mean, probably wasn't that good if they were gonna put the cover over it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how I look at it. Me personally, I think this is one of the stronger songs on the album because I love the energy in it. I love Bob Welch. I love how he basically does a pop song. So it proves that Bob Welch would have been a would have done really good pop stuff with Fleetwood Mac if he was with them with Lindsey Buckingham and Nicks. Um, I'm so familiar with the Yardbirds version. I'm actually gonna say this is. I actually think this is better than that version, just slightly, in my opinion.
Uh,
But yeah, I really like this track. Last song on the album is "Why."
yes. This is amazing. This is the best Christine McVie song on the album. It's absolutely incredible and really just shows her strength as a songwriter, growth as a songwriter up to this point.
I think this is her best song, period, up until now. Like before, she was making really good stuff, but this is just really strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say, as of this point, by the time we get to this album, this is probably my favorite song that they've done so far. And it's been one of my favorite Christine songs for a long time since I first heard it. I just love that because it starts very slow with just the acoustic guitar and slide guitar. And then about almost a minute and a half in, the piano comes in. I love the chords she's using on it, and the vocals come in about 30 seconds later. And I just absolutely love her vocals on this track, and I love when the electric guitar comes in. Just adds more grandiose to it, I guess. And the strings on here is just amazing. And I love the how this when the song closes, and I just when Christine sings "Why Don't You Love Me" is just like I felt that. Yeah, I love this song.
Cool. What is your guys' top 5 on this album?
Okay, so my favorite song on this album is Hypnotized. My second favorite is Emerald Eyes. Number 3 is Why. Number 4 is Keep On Going. And number 5 is Just Crazy Love.
All right. Okay, my top 5. Number 5, I have Keep On Going. Number 4, Just Crazy Love. Number 3, Emerald Eyes. Number 2, Hypnotized. That rhymed almost. And
Emerald Eyes, Hypnotized.
Yes. Number 1 is Why.
My number 5 is Forever. My number 4 is For Your Love. My number 3 is Why. My number 2 is Emerald Eyes. And me and Scott agree on the best song again. That's going to be Hypnotized. So addictive listening to that song. I can never not listen to that song. But to be honest, my top 3 are all hand in hand. Like any day, Why could be my favorite as well. So just proves how great they are at this time. What would you guys rate this album from 1 through 10?
8.5 out of 10. It's definitely my favorite Fleetwood Mac album up to this point.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8.75 out of 10. Almost a 9. But yeah, like Scott, this is my favorite Fleetwood Mac album at this point as well.
Well, I made my top 100 albums. This didn't make it, but like I said, the it's now out of date, that top 100 list now. This is my favorite Fleetwood Mac album up until now, and like
good. There's a trifecta.
Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 album for me. This is just all great songs. There's no weak songs on it.
It's so funny, Nick, because every Bob Welch album we listen to up to this point, you're like, this is my favorite Fleetwood Mac album. No, wait, no, this one's my favorite Fleetwood Mac album.
Well, besides Bare Trees, that's the only exception.
Yeah.
Because Bare Trees has like
the poem.
The poem's like straight up filler, and yeah, my top 4 Fleetwood Mac albums, like right now as we're doing this series, would be Then Play On, Future Games, Penguin, and Myster to me. All 4 of those albums are 10 out of 10, in my opinion. But anything you guys like to say or add before we close out for today?
We got one more Bob Welch album, so excited to get to cover that one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Christine McVie?
I don't know. The words are mystery to me.
I thought you were going to say why.
Why do you ask that?
For Your Love. It's because you guys got me hypnotized
Forever.
Yes. So next week we're gonna be well, not next week. I don't know. I said next week. Sometime we're gonna be covering the next studio album. Heroes are impossible to find. That's hard to find. Excited to talk about that album because, like I said, I nickname it the Bob Welch Rumors because there's so much going on in that. We'll let Christine McVie talk about the history on that album because there's so much going into that album.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching this video. It was a pleasure making it, as always. I'm so glad we were able to do Fleetwood Mac today. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So long.